Louise Thompson has spoken out about her fear of being judged for not breastfeeding her baby son Leo Hunter. The former Made in Chelsea star, 31, nearly died and spent 5 weeks in hospital following serious complications after giving birth to her 17-week-old son last year. And in an Instagram post on Saturday, she described how she felt too ashamed to say no to breastfeeding while in excruciating pain in hospital before she ended up in intensive care when she lost her milk. In a lengthy post, she wrote, "For a while I was mindful about posting anything with Leo and a plastic bottle in it because I thought I would be judged. I remember when I first came home I told Ryan that he couldn't post an Insta story because it had a bottle in the back of shot. I was constantly on the lookout for those ugly little things. Of course I'd prefer to display the all-natural, wholesome, skin-on-skin kinda look, but that wasn't a reality for me. I didn't have a choice in the matter, so I shouldn't have put so much blame on myself for not choosing, but choosing to bottle feed our son. I think it's important to highlight these sorts of experiences in an attempt to break down the stigma attached to bottle feeding and other challenges that new parents face. The truth is, there are lots of women who can't breastfeed, and many of those women feel racked with guilt because of what society sees as the optimal option. It's funny, I always hated the breast is best label that was thrown around during the online NCT classes I did. Most lactation specialists take the general stance that you should keep going, you can do it, because they think many mothers give up too soon in their eyes. I remember being encouraged to breastfeed after my first operation. My baby was practically thrown onto me. I was linked up to one of the 10+ blood transfusions I had, and I was on quite a lot of meds, and something about it just felt really gross. I was too ashamed to say no, so I carried on. Then I experienced excruciating pain as my damaged uterus was contracting and bleeding, but I was told to keep on going. The funny thing is I was actually really good at it. Leo was amazing at latching and I had lots of milk, and whilst it was nice for bonding, something about it just didn't feel right. Anyway, it turns out I did know my body pretty well because the pain turned out to be serious and I ended up in intensive care where I lost my milk anyway." Practice self-care in Louise Thompson's sweatshirt from H&M. Buy it here. Buy now £19.99. Sometimes people should accept that we know our own bodies best. There isn't always a one-size-fits-all policy when it comes to health, or raising a child for that matter. So you do you. For those that have ever glanced at a woman feeding a newborn with a bottle and questioned it in their head, there are several reasons why mums might not be able to breastfeed besides being in intensive care. A few are: previous breast surgery, imbalance of crucial hormones, thyroid problems, PCOS, diabetes, depression and/or anxiety, prescription drugs, chemotherapy, insufficient glandular tissue, inefficient latch, premature birth. The list goes on. And if you are one of the people who was denied the glorious breastfeeding experience for whatever reason, then I want you to know that you are not alone, you are not a failure, and that plenty of babies are raised to be absolute stallions from formula. Leo is thriving while I'm surviving. Louise shares baby Leo with her fiancé Ryan Libby, who she got engaged to in 2018. It comes after Louise shared a post about hitting rock bottom following the traumatic birth of Leo in November, which left her in intensive care for 5 weeks. She has since been diagnosed with severe anxiety, admitting in the candid post, "Something happened about a month ago where my mind and body came crashing down in tandem. I guess I had been in self-preservation mode/survival mode up until that point. Then the real mental health hell began. She continued, honestly I've been at a level of rock bottom that I never knew existed. I never understood suffering or suicide before. Louise also spoke about how she was struggling with post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, and explained how her road to recovery won't be linear as she noted the highs and lows she has been experiencing. Sharing photos of herself at home, the new mom first detailed her manageable morning routine, which includes a lie-in, because I don't sleep much at night, taking SSRI medication, having a shower, applying makeup, putting on clothes, which I select the night before because I tend to feel stronger in the evening, munching some oats with water, apple and honey, taking more medication, and I've just started tracking my macros again. Crazy to think that when the crisis team asked me if I could manage a routine a few weeks ago I would have had a panic attack, she continued, or a panic cycle, where I never reach the peak but then also never get out of a high state of panic. It frustrated me because it just wasn't possible to have a routine because my mood was far too unpredictable. Having a routine is helpful and can even be fun and rewarding, but only if you can manage one, or indeed if you have the freedom to have one, certainly hard as a new parent. If you have been affected by anything in this story, please contact Birth Trauma Association at birthtrauma.org.uk for help and support with perinatal mental illness. Please contact Pandas on 0808 1961 776.